TechER.
Oh hey, it's Justin. Welcome back to TechER. You know that we're here for you, right? Each and every week we answer your questions. We do these segments with you in mind, how to help you sort out some of the issues that you have with your technology. So what we're going to do this time is go to the phones and see if anybody wants to call in with some problems they're having. So, first caller please.
Hello? Please quiet down back there. I am making phone call to Justin from TechER. Hello Justin, my name Pavel. And I am just calling today to wonder, and hopefully you can help me by answering the question, how does the email work? I am professional goat herder with sheep, and I make the best cheese and milk from goat and sheep. But when it comes to technology, I'm not too sure. So, could you please explain to me how does the email work? Because back here on the mountain where I live, sometimes we tie a letter to a rock and throw down mountain to the people. But I think that having the email would make life very much more easy. Please help me, Justin. Thank you. I love your show. Your friend Pavel.
All right, comrade Pavel, thank you very much, and maybe sometime I'll try some of this cheese you talk about. Anyways, yeah, email makes a lot of sense for people. A lot safer than throwing rocks down mountains. I know, cops warned me about that once myself. Anyways, so let's talk about email here for a second. Back in the day when we lived in kingdoms, it was like, tally-ho, I challenge thee to a joust. So we had these things called courier pigeons, right? Where somebody said, all right, why don't we attach a letter to a bird's foot and we'll fly it over to another kingdom. But then what happened was somebody came up with the idea of slingshots, and all these kids started going to town to the birds, and our messages didn't get sent, right? Okay, so there. Then we came up with this thing, unionized concept called Canada Post. But it's also referred to as the snail mail. Why? Because it goes so slowly. And then if they go on strike, we don't get our birthday cards, our Christmas gifts, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, hate mail, death threats, whatever. We don't get that. So somebody came up with the idea of email. Now that was back in the early 70s, which was actually the first text message. SMTP, Simple Message Transfer Protocol, was devised. At that point, it wasn't available to everybody. It was only available to governments and academic institutions. And as time progressed, that didn't work. So that person also developed an idea where we could all enjoy the benefit of it, and we could all sit home, and all we had to do really is click and send. How easy does it get? Do you want to know more technical? Do you want to get more technical than that? I mean, we could talk about the gigabytes and all that kind of stuff behind it, but do you really want to know that, or you just want to know that, look, this is what I got to do, and that's the button I do to press it? Cool? Thanks for the call, Pavel. Appreciate it. All right, that was interesting. So, why don't we take another caller now? Hey, it's Justin. Welcome to TechER. What's your question?
Oh yes, hey Justin, long time no see. You used to come by and talk, but now that you're this big TV guy, you don't come by and say hi anymore. You gotta come by for a coffee sometime. Anyways, I wanted to call you Justin, because you know Michael, my son Michael Corleone, he's always on Facebook, texting, driving and texting, Facebook, not taking care of the family business. Is there a such thing as addiction to technology? Because it's starting to compromise the business a little bit, and I think I might have to send some of the boys down to have a talk with Michael, if you know what I mean. If there's any help you can give me, that would be great. By the way, I love your show. I watch it every week. Salut.
Salut, Mr. Corleone. Yes, and you've helped me with my career in a big way. I came to you with an offer. You couldn't refuse, and hey, now I'm working on TechER. What can I say? I don't know what you had to do to get me here, but thank you very much. I will stop by. Okay, so Internet Addiction Disorder, IAD, the term was first coined back in 1996 by a psychiatrist, Dr. Goldman, and in 1997 were the first documented cases of it. Up until that point, we just sort of went on with our lives, trying to check our emails and all that kind of stuff. But these days, we've got Facebook, online shopping, we've got games, we've got all kinds of stuff, unmentionables, on there. Who couldn't find something to pass some time, right? But at what point do we draw the distinction between having a good time and full-blown addiction, right? At some point we do. And chances are, if you're spending way more hours on your beloved device than you'd like to, or it's affecting your marriage, and despite the fact that all evidence is pointing to you saying, hey, you know what, this is affecting your quality of life, chances are you might have a problem. But don't lose hope. There is help for you. Okay, first of all, what you got to do is monitor the amount of time that you spend on it. If you say, hey, look, you know what, I'm going to go on X social networking site for half an hour, time yourself, stay on for half an hour. Or if you want to go listen to music, do it. But once you've reached that point where, hey, you know what, I said I was going to come on for 45 minutes or half an hour and that time is exceeded, cut yourself off, all right? Another thing too is give yourself affirmations. Tell yourself, hey, you know what, if I don't check my email right now, the world's not going to end, right? It can always wait an hour or two. Nobody's going to die. And lastly, if all those things don't work, delete your profiles. Keep it strictly business, in the office, and that way you'll be able to get back to living a quality of life without having to sit there and obsessively wonder what's going on and who's LOLing, right? Cool, Mr. Corleone, I'll definitely stop by sometime. Thank you very much for the call. And as always, everybody, give us a call, send us an email, let us know what you're thinking and how we can help. Stay tuned.